Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of An Honest Player Review, where I do a player review in under 5 minutes where I'm very honest, and usually I do players that are pretty cheap and like under 50k so most people can afford it. Today, however, I'm not going to do that. Today's episode is going to revolve around 88 overall. I think it's like 4th or 5th inform. Sonaldo, Heung-Min Son, plays for Tottenham, the South Korean, left mid, sometimes cam, sometimes striker. So Sonaldo, or Sonny Jim as I like to call him, has been tearing it up. He already has a player of the month. He's had 2 man of the match orange cards, and then he has this inform, which is 88 overall. The stats look really similar to like a Ronaldo type. He's not Ronaldo, he's a lot cheaper too. I got him for around 320k. He's now gone up to around 350k, but I'm going to say that you should probably, if you're going to buy him now. Now this doesn't really have to do with the player overall, it's not player review about him. But Sonny has a good chance of getting another player of the month this month, and if he does that, there's most likely going to be a stipulation in that player of the month that says that you must turn in a special card. Now this special card might be an 84 overall player of the month that he already had in like October or something, or it could be one of his informs. And if it's one of his informs, that means the price of that is going to go up significantly. Just as I mentioned, I bought it for 320k, already gone up to 350k. If he continues on this pace, he already has like 4 or 5 goals in this month. Spurs haven't lost. He's probably going to keep doing this pace, so you should get him now. You can, even if you don't like him, you can just sell him on for some good profit once that player of the month comes out. But anyway, getting into how the card actually plays in FIFA 17, it's pretty incredible. In 4 games, he scored 12 goals for me. That included 3 hat tricks, one where I scored 4 goals, and then a brace. And they were like pretty easy hat tricks if I say so myself, and I just did. So I was playing him at striker, which was a left forward, so he was only on 6 chemistry, had a catalyst acquired for his chem style, so he had pretty good stats to go on top of his already good base card stats. Now he doesn't have the acceleration and agility that allow him to do an L2 R2 dribbling that's just insane, like a Dries Mertens, Alejandro Gomez, one of those really short players, because he's not really short, he's 6 feet tall. He is able to do the L2 R2 dribbling pretty effectively, but it's not going to just be like you can stop on a dime, completely go around players with incredible agility and incredible quickness, but if you're going to get out of a tight spot, you can utilize that function. He does have great breakaway pace because of the 90 pace plus whatever the catalyst adds to that, so if you want, you can just lob over the top balls, you can just run onto them, even past like a Smalling or Bailly, you can get by them, and additionally, because he's 6 feet tall and he has pretty good physical, he has enough strength to hold off the players. His shooting is actually also very good. It's not like a Bash Dust. I'm going to use Bash Dust as like the pinnacle of shooting because his card was actually incredible. Although Sonny Jim did score more goals for me, they weren't as clinical with the finishing. Like I had to shoot a lot for him to get those 12 goals. But he still does have a really good shot, really good long shot, 5-star weak foot. The only thing is he doesn't always shoot it with the weak foot like I want him to. Even when I get into perfect positions that I would normally hit with a left footer, when I try to hit it with the left foot, Son still has a tendency to use the right foot, and it doesn't go where I want it to go. Now going back to the whole being 6 feet tall thing, that does mean that he's not going to be as good with the acceleration, agility, L2, R2 quick dribbling, but he does win some headers for me. He also has good jumping. He has a tendency to get into the correct position, which even though Bashdas should have better positioning, better heading, because he's the actual kind of player who's going to get into the box for headers, he's like a target man, I would say Sonny's just as good in terms of positioning as Bashdas. He won more headers for me than Bashdas did. So I already mentioned the weak foot. Now let's go to the skill moves. He only has 3-star skill moves, but this is probably going to change very recently. There was an update where he actually got 4-star skill moves in-game, but then for some reason they removed it. But this is going to happen, like 4-star skill moves is almost guaranteed for Sonny, which is also good going back to the whole, even if you don't want to play with him, he's a good investment option because once he gets those 4-star skill moves, his price is going to go up even further. Once you add the 4-star skill moves, considering he already has 5-star weak foot, he has incredible pace, incredible strength, great finishing, good long shots. He's probably going to be one of the top strikers, even though he's not going to be a striker. He's going to be one of the top players to play at striker in all of FIFA 17, of course in the Premier League. If you want a player to compare him to, he's pretty much like Martial, except I would say probably better than Martial, because Martial and Son are both tall enough, meaning they have enough strength to hold off defenders, but they also have the pace and acceleration to get by people. In my personal opinion, I'm not going to keep this 88 Son for too long. I'm probably going to sell him once the player of the month gets closer, or until he's like announced player of the month or something like that, because I'm pretty certain that he's going to get that team of the season, and I don't want this card to lose too much value, because I'm using it more as an investment. I don't really want to just play with that one card, because he was 320k, which is a lot for me to pay for just one player. I think for this series I'm going to start doing this thing called badges, where I just give a badge, assign a badge an arbitrary badge to the different players. So an example could be like cheap, beast, one-man army, pace, god, monster, I don't know, just give me suggestions in the comments maybe. But for Sunny, I'm going to give him Weekend League ready, meaning that you can definitely use this card in the weekend. He's not going to get cheap beast because he was 320k. Investment opportunity, I'm going to say that is a badge as well. And then I'm going to also give him one-man army. So the one-man army is going to be basically, if you just had this one card in your squad and then a bunch of average players, you could still win games in the Weekend League. Hope you enjoyed this player review. Hope you enjoyed the highlights. Leave me the suggestions for badges. Leave me suggestions for other players to review. Let me know if you like seeing the players that are more expensive or players that are actually cheaper, because I can do a mixture of the two if you want me to. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.